one should be willing to die and to raise their children to be willing to die at any age, at any stage, for the greater good of humanity, and not for their survival, but only for the true spirit of righteousness, which ends with me. At this point, only attractive women are allowed to approach me and to be willing to die with me. For the rest of you, it is too late. You knew what you were doing was evil. You knew that it was wrong to be complicit with a system that cheats people like me to such an extreme. For this reason, it is obvious why in popular culture it is said that the white man is the devil and the black man is God. Who could associate themselves with the breeding cycles of these colonialists, these liars, those who rely on technology and make fun of other races, if you will, other groups of people, for not having the same gear? The N-word is a play on words for no gear. Negro, no grow. Okay. Obviously, they're referring to the martial artist black man. The white man at the core of Western culture is the devil. The black man who's at the core of true African culture, right, for everybody, right, is the children of the sun, the children of Ra, okay, is this martial arts order that ends with me. Natural life, natural, not gene modification, not unnatural snaking, not groups of unnatural filth teaming up to cheat people like me, but natural life. God naturally brought me to this point with the spirit of righteousness, okay? It ends with me. Everyone else are simply the products of people who don't have the genetic kind of worth to have stood with me. They made all kinds of stupid excuses. Again, I tell you, one should train their family, even when they're babies, to be willing to die for the greater good of society, to understand that they should be willing to be sacrificed for the greater good of society. And ultimately, that good is Pharaoh. There is no good outside of the one that God has chosen. He must name an heir, and he must create a system of people where you can say, hey, if my son dies, it goes to you. If this guy dies, it goes to you. There is no such system in place because you're all unworthy. You all knew way, way better. You're the servants of scientific Satanists, of extremely selfish nerds, extremely cowardly, foolish people. Okay. You deny the pure African, pure black African, pure masculine spirit of God. Right? And what I mean by black, obviously, I mean by people with this hue on their skin. Human, it's right there in the words. Whose language is it? Right? Their own language testifies against them. And I've thoroughly covered that in my videos to the point where there's no mistake in that. Breeding nerds is one of the places you failed. Okay? So it's stupid for, you see countless of these weirdos, especially the nerds themselves, blaming God. You see the white supremacists misrepresenting God and playing hero. They may as well put on pink thongs and pretend that they're the good guy while plugging goats in the butt. Because what they're doing is so see-through that I have trouble believing a single person on the planet doesn't know that these people doing this are pure fucking evil, making a complete fool of themselves. So, breeding nerds. Number one, they killed off the hot females with courage and sense and their genes. Think colonialism, and it started in Europe. A long time ago, perhaps there was white-skinned people with more principle, but certainly now that is not the case. They are extremely selfish. To turn their back on someone like me at this critical juncture, this critical point in human existence, is obviously extremely selfish, extremely evil, extremely cowardly. No true man could possibly do it. They couldn't possibly do it. And why didn't the people around the world find their way to me? Because it was their destiny to die like animals. And God does not care about them any more than a flea. Number two, the short guy without intense masculine brain, right? Without an intensely masculine brain, breeds with the tall chick. You get the clumsy motherfucker. You get the Ichabod from the cartoon Sleepy Hollow. You get the goose-like effect. You get the flamingo. He's a goofy Alice in Wonderland cartoon flamingo kind of silly motherfucker, right? Polo playing pussy. Okay, number three. Little men with the heart of the giant were screened out, right? Why aren't they standing with me? Because everyone that did have a heart of a giant was screened out. Okay, so the examples of this would be a black warrior or a samurai willing to die for what he believes, even though he's not in the divine order in his culture. He was willing to die for what he believed, so he started showing the traits of having the heart of a giant, and had his family position themselves more masterfully, perhaps he would have died in the divine order and went to heaven. So, again, the Alice in Wonderland flamingo faces is not the same thing. You see a lot of these weird liberals and weird conservatives too. You look at conservative cops, for example, they have this soft face. They're going for pretty. They're going for some kind of, cartoon face. If you look carefully, you'll see what I mean. Okay, and you see the rough face. It's more of a ruffian, right? How did they forge that rough face? Did they forge it, through martial arts with pure masculinity and pure righteousness? No, they forged it working in the field so they could contribute to the greater New World Order. It is not the face of someone who's receiving the Spirit of God either. All right, so when we look at the historic difference between the martial art order and the craftsmen, it is obvious, okay? The martial artists were screened out because they did all the fighting. The craftsmen did all the fucking and all the pretending to be important, after some point in time. Number 3, people are conditioned not to hate nerds and have sympathy for them, which is stupid. These guys have the money. A bunch of females are more comfortable around them. Look at college fraternities and sororities. They get all these healthy, attractive chicks, So what, you don't get some snot-nosed slut in fucking high school. That means nothing. Okay, these guys are, if they were killed in high school, it would be too nice for them, right? It would be too good for them. They are scum. They are garbage. They are heartless filth. They are sex cult bitch in the Silicon Valley, just utter trash. It's utter garbage. Inferior stock doesn't even begin to cover it. Then they have the nerve to try to redefine intelligence in the same manner that INKI stands for: knowledge, intelligence, mischief, intelligence agency, utter garbage, utter quantico, sex cult sluts, just garbage. Anyway, number 4, the overwhelming cultural beast, right? Betas is beast scrambled. Number 5, the fraternities embrace bitch. Look at them, they're bitches. Show me one fraternity person with heart. They never existed. They're all bitches. Okay, number 6. You understand a society and a culture best by focusing on its governing class, its role models. Fame is a form of governance when you're dealing with the masses of betas and the children of craftsmen and geeks. The children of Harry Potter don't grow up to be great men. The children of craftsmen in secret societies wearing aprons, for fuck's sake, for goodness sake rather, do not grow up to have heart. They're a pussy. Okay. Unless, of course, they are married to the men with heart, the African martial arts order, for instance. Unless that is the case, and it's the female children marrying this guy and being redeemed, they grow up to be bitch. And we see this consistently with Western culture. Show me one case that is an exception. You can't find it. Certainly, if it existed, they would put it all in popular culture. You can't find it. There's utter pussies. The reason why William Cooper resembles Sidney Gottlieb. Other magic card, putting on a stage, pretending to care, complex flipping out when you don't have your way at best type of bitch. Anyway, moving on. Number 7, Silicon Valley, the sex workers. Okay? The tits and the technology, right? Silicon, tits, right? Sextortion, abuse of technology and other tech, drugging, chemistry. These are all mad scientists, Lex Luthor type of bitches. Number 8, bitch. Even bitch is a play on words for B-I-T-C. If you see things like a nerd, ding, 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 by default, you're a bitch. How could you not be? You chose a bitch's profession. You may as well put on a thong when you go to work at your computer company, whatever the fuck pussy-ass bitch shit you do. Bit C, right? APEP, swallow the solar boat. Bit C, you're the spirit of God in your genes has been overtaken. And we don't see them coming up and manning up and standing with me, no. And it is too late now. Now I am too weak from years and years of everyone shunning me and turning a blind eye to what they're doing for any man to be deemed worthy to stand with me. It's too much of a great potential for them to abuse that. If somebody's going to abuse it, it's going to be the people you denied me, first and foremost, the attractive women. By TC, remember T is the feminine ending. Et, right? T, Smurfette, right? The T, just like the E-T-T-E, is the feminine ending. Bat, cat. Right, versus ba and ka, soul and spirit. Number 9. So I went over the black and white man, right? Obviously I'm half black, half white. What this obviously means is white people were the colonists who went around the world raping the Pocahontases and them and creating masonries and using token minorities, and the white Jews were helping them, and you had a bunch of crypto people and a bunch of openly mixed people who were the children of these colonialist rapists who then take on their culture and leverage their ill-gotten gains to be seen as cooler than everyone else in the society. That's why we have all the ICE words: police, practice, apprentice, policy, icy, and so on and so forth, okay? Voice, right? Who's voice, right? And they've also taken away away from my ability to talk effectively. You know, and they're fuming me, and whenever I start talking more like this and get more serious, okay, they drug me, cause my brain to hurt, and so on and so forth, because they're magic card, Zuckerberg, bitch. Number 10, cut and cut off are connected, right? What cut and why, right? Slicing down, okay? Okay, stabbing them effectively. Of course, they'll probably slow it down and try to make me look bad, but the way I just saw it right now, it didn't look that bad. It looked pretty convincing, and obviously I shouldn't have to convince anybody. It's apparent. You know, should the lion have to convince a bunch of pink rats that fucking he is the king of the jungle? And that's where we are in society. There's literally a bunch of children of nerds, just children of complete pussies, where I'm the children of a huge African martial arts bloodline, you know, brain surgeon father who obviously put on extra weight due to the having to assimilate to Western culture and using their tools, which required a change in form to really have steady hands. Okay, that's all that is. He's not naturally big. I've seen the pictures when he was younger. This is someone who put on, who's a very manly, dark, you know. We look at the Egyptian thing, right? The black was the man and the white is the woman. It's the same thing with the yin yang, right? Why is the black the man and the white is the woman? The sun is the symbol of the man, the moon is the woman. So if you don't get enough sun, you're moving toward the woman, okay? It's like, oh, my racist? No, it's just the fucking facts. Anyway, I don't want to make this video any longer, you know, this long. So let's just get to the fucking point. The point is, you are cut off. If you are an attractive female, you need to make it crystal clear that you are willing to obey. If you don't, you have chosen for yourself and your children this pedophile rape cult world. It doesn't matter to God if little kids gang rape you every day for the rest of your lives. My family's no exception. If you choose this piece of shit world over God, especially when you're aware of what's going on, okay, God has no care for you. He said, look, obey. Not self-direct like a pussy-ass Mason, like a bitch-ass Silicon Valley nerd and their chicken-head bitch, but obey the martial art order. It was stupid for you punk-ass motherfuckers to sit there sucking on a New World Order dick in your various beta fucking cultures and not obey the top martial artist. The fuck do you think you should listen to? These sissies who look like little kids themselves, plugging kids in the butt? Those pussies in church acting bad? You have a bunch of liberal gay churches and you have a bunch of conservative racists acting, yeah, they have no care. You stupid fuck, in your own Bible. It says you should hate evil, bitches like you. And it says that unnatural lust, which means lusting for someone based on what is unnatural, like technology, you fucking coward. You pussies. There's very few things more despicable than some white supremacists pretending you're tough. You technology bitches that hid from my challenge and worked together to fume and drug me with the other two fucking races with tons of money. You are bitch. There is no coming back from that. None.